Hey there, Steelers Nation! Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the latest exclusive black and gold updates before anyone else. If you're new here, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe right now, because this team is on a mission to get better every single day. And we're right here covering every step of the journey. All right, folks, let's get into the big headline today. The Steelers are absolutely looking to add another offensive playmaker this offseason. But don't expect them to throw away their entire 2026 NFL draft plan just to do it. That's right. Pittsburgh is being smart, strategic, and future-focused. They're thinking long-term, not just a flashy short-term fix. Let me break it down for you. The first week of organized team activities, OTAs, just wrapped up, and all eyes are on how the team will retool the offense after trading George Pickins to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's be honest. Right now, DK Metcalf and Pat Freiermuth are the only trustworthy receiving options on the roster. So yes, another pass catcher is definitely coming to Pittsburgh. The question is, who, when, and how? On Thursday, ESPN's Adam Schefter dropped a wild report. The Steelers were apparently involved in trade talks with the Miami Dolphins for tight end Jonnu Smith, a guy who just had a career year in 2024. That report shocked a lot of fans. After all, Freiermuth just got a new deal and has been our go-to tight end since 2021. So why the sudden interest in Smith? Well, multiple insiders think it might be nothing more than an agent ploy. Smith is entering the final year of his deal and is reportedly pushing for a new contract with Miami. So floating Pittsburgh's name could be a classic leverage move. Sound familiar? Let's talk real strategy now. Steelers insider Cris Carter joined 93.7 The Fan this week and dropped a critical nugget of information. The Steelers are in no rush to make a move. Why? Because they're not willing to sacrifice their 2026 NFL draft capital. And trust me, they've built up a war chest. They're gonna be patient. They're gonna wait this out. Omar Khan's gonna be like, let's wait until we see where the bigger fire starts, Carter said. He's absolutely right. The Steelers have 3 third-round picks, 2 fourths, and 2 fifths in the 2026 draft. That's some serious firepower. And here's the kicker. Those picks are a big part of the plan to either trade up for a franchise quarterback next year or surround that young QB with talent once they draft him. So if you're hoping for a massive trade for a flashy receiver, like Chris Olave this offseason, yeah, pump the brakes. The Steelers aren't going to mortgage the future for a short-term patch. They're not that desperate. They're hunting smart, not throwing money or picks at names. Let's not forget something huge. Pittsburgh is hosting the 2026 NFL Draft. That's right. The Steel City will be the center of the football universe, and the Steelers know the spotlight will be on them. So what better way to make a statement than by selecting the next franchise quarterback right there on home turf? Cris Carter made that point loud and clear. This draft is a chance to make a defining move for the next decade. Whether they need to move up the board or build around their rookie QB, they want the picks ready to go. Those are the picks they're planning to use to move up for a QB they want, or support that quarterback with a strong class behind him. That's the plan. And honestly, it's a smart one. But now here's where things get a little weird. You've probably been hearing the same whispers we have. Aaron Rodgers is still very much in the conversation. The Steelers continue to wait. No one knows when or if he'll sign. It's almost like everyone's in limbo. Could the next receiver the Steelers add be someone Rodgers handpicks? It's possible. DK Metcalf and Freiermuth are the top targets, for now. But some believe the Steelers might be quietly reaching out to Rodgers' camp to see who he'd like to throw to if or when he signs. It's an awkward, delicate situation, but it's also starting to wear thin. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero added a new twist to this ongoing saga. According to him, the vibe inside the Steelers' locker room has started to shift, and not in Rodgers' favor. There are people in that locker room who I believe would tell you they're already over this entire thing, Pelissero said on The Rich Eisen Show. They just want to know what's going on. And they're sick of hearing about it. Yikes. That's telling. Players are tired of the questions. Coaches are tired of the speculation. The fans? Many are growing more and more indifferent. And let's be honest, we've seen this before. Remember when Brett Favre pulled the same thing in Green Bay before joining the Vikings in August? That's the territory we're in now. Here's the bottom line. The Steelers are still operating with Mason Rudolph as QB1. They're staying patient, for now. But minicamp is right around the corner. If Rodgers doesn't make a move by training camp, Pittsburgh may finally slam the door shut. They'd like Rodgers to sign before that, Pelissero noted. But don't expect them to wait all the way into August without making another veteran move. Could Kirk Cousins still be a fallback option? Could they roll the dice with Rudolph and rookie Will Howard? Either way, it's clear. The Steelers aren't letting Rodgers dictate everything. And they're not trading away 2026 picks for short-term hype either. So, Steelers fans, just when we thought the George Pickens saga was behind us, he pulls us right back in. In a surprise post on X, formerly Twitter, Pickens made a bombshell claim. He forced his trade to the Dallas Cowboys. That's right. According to Pickens himself, this wasn't a case of the Steelers giving up on him. This was his decision. Or at least that's what he wants you to believe. Now, let's back up a bit. We all saw the signs. Pickens was entering the final year of his rookie deal, and he'd been a walking headline, but not always for the right reasons. Whether it was sideline outbursts, questionable effort during games, or visible frustration when the ball didn't come his way, the former second-round pick often looked more like a distraction than a franchise cornerstone. But the actual trade caught many off guard. After the team landed DK Metcalf and re-signed Pat Freiermuth, it was clear that the Steelers were reshaping the offense. Still, Pickens stayed on the roster through the draft. Then, bam, he was gone. Now, hearing from Pickens directly, he claims he pushed for the move. Was it really his decision? Let's be honest. If Pickens really requested a trade behind the scenes, wouldn't that have leaked earlier? We're talking about a player represented by David Mulugheta, one of the most powerful agents in the NFL. If Pickens wanted out and the Steelers granted that request, don't you think Mulugheta would have let the media know that his client wasn't just being shipped off? Instead, the narrative became Pickens wore out his welcome. The immaturity, the outbursts, the lack of development as a WR1. All of that made it easier for fans and analysts to say, yeah, this move makes sense. So now, it kind of feels like Pickens is trying to rewrite history. Maybe he doesn't like how the trade is being perceived. Maybe he's trying to protect his image. Maybe, just maybe, there's some truth to both sides. Pickens' potential and frustrations. Here's the thing. Nobody is denying George Pickens' talent. That kid can ball. He makes circus catches look routine. He's got the athleticism and natural hands to be a top-tier wide receiver. But here's what frustrates fans and coaches. Effort. Too often, Pickens would check out of games. When the Steelers' offense struggled, and let's face it, it did a lot, Pickens would visibly disengage. Half-hearted routes, minimal blocking, and constant body language complaints. It all added up. So can you blame the Steelers for wanting someone more reliable to pair with a new quarterback, whether it ends up being Aaron Rodgers or someone else? Dallas. A fresh start or short-term stop? Now in Dallas, Pickens lands in the best situation of his career. Pass-heavy offense? Proven quarterback in Dak Prescott? A WR1 who draws double coverage in CeeDee Lamb? This is it for Pickens. This is his shot to prove he's not just another talented but inconsistent guy. He's part of what could be the most explosive receiver duo in the NFC, maybe in the entire league, if he stays focused. But there's a twist. He may not be in Dallas long. Cowboys still need to pay Micah Parsons. Lamb got his extension. Dak got his bag too. And let's be real. There's only so much money to go around. If Pickens balls out in 2025 like many expect him to, he's going to demand top-tier money, and the Cowboys probably won't be the ones to give it to him. So enjoy this year, George. because come 2026, it's likely you're suiting up for your third NFL team. Back to Pittsburgh. Did the Steelers win this trade? From the Steelers' perspective, the move made sense. They got DK Metcalf, who brings size, strength, and a veteran mindset to the WR room. They avoided the looming drama of contract talks with Pickins. And let's not forget, they got draft capital back. Omar Khan is loading up for the 2026 NFL Draft, when the Steelers could be looking for their next franchise quarterback. So yeah, they might have lost a dynamic talent, but they gained something even more valuable: clarity and control. Plus, the locker room seems more unified without the daily soap opera that surrounded Pickins. According to NFL insiders like Tom Pelissero, players are already tired of the Aaron Rodgers saga. Imagine having two dramatic situations hanging over your locker room. The Steelers knew they had to clean things up, and they did. So here's where we stand. Steelers Nation. The team will add another offensive weapon, but it won't cost them next year's draft. They're likely targeting a wide receiver, not another tight end. Aaron Rodgers is still in the mix, but the team and locker room are growing tired of the waiting game. 2026 is shaping up to be the biggest draft in franchise history, and Pittsburgh is going to be ready. Now it's your turn. What do you think, Steelers fans? Should we keep waiting on Aaron Rodgers or move on now? Who do you want the Steelers to target as the next offensive playmaker? Let's light up the comments with your takes, predictions, and maybe even some trade ideas. And of course, if you appreciated this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. We're here every day bringing you the real stories from inside Steelers Nation. Until next time, here we go.